I'm Vishnu Showman. The big story that we've been tracking now for the last couple of days, the disastrous air pollution statistics, not just in the national capital region, but across large parts of North India. Today in Delhi, the odd-even scheme for rationing of cars actually started kicking off. That meant that if you had a car with the last number of your registration plate ending with an even number, then you were permitted to use it. Tomorrow, you're not allowed to use it because cars with an uneven number are allowed on the road. So essentially 50% of the cars in the national capital are off the roads, but the question that needs to be asked is whether this is good enough or whether this step is in fact just a minuscule step when it comes to the overall situation in terms of dealing with air pollution. This on a day in which the Supreme Court took up the issue of air pollution in the national capital region. And what the Supreme Court said today was very, very hard-hitting, and I'm going to go through a couple of those points. The Supreme Court says it's a shocking state of affairs in terms of air pollution and a grave violation of the right to life. The life term of people has been reduced by pollution. People are advised not to come to Delhi and to leave Delhi. This is what the Supreme Court says is the situation where people are told don't come to Delhi, and people are also told, look, don't leave Delhi, we'll sort things out, but then as we know, things haven't been sorted out as well. They point out that there cannot be a large-scale exodus of people from the national capital. People cannot be evacuated either from Delhi. And therefore, state governments and civic bodies have failed to discharge their duties in terms of fighting pollution on the ground. And the Supreme Court and the High Court directions, and these are previous instances of orders passed by these courts, have been violated with impunity, is what the Supreme Court today said. They've said that time has come to fix responsibility for the situation, destroying the right to life of citizens in gross violation of Article 21. And they also went into a great deal of detail as far as the burning of agricultural residue or stubble burning in the Punjab is concerned, where the court said that they've taken a look at satellite images which indicate that in the Punjab, the widespread burning of stubble continues. That is taking place much more in the Punjab compared to Haryana, and that there need to be answers. Finally, everyone needs to be answerable from the state to the Gram Panchayat. Now, the Delhi government also very much in the focus of the Supreme Court, who had a lot of tough questions to ask about whether the odd-even scheme was actually meaningful. One of the quotes of the Supreme Court, this is not the order, it's actually observations, was to the Delhi government where they said, what are you achieving by odd and even? Are you preventing the running of taxis? Have you any figure on the impact of odd and even? People have to travel. You are not stopping travel. What do you achieve by stopping cars? It's been argued that more use of 2- and 3-wheelers is causing more harm. And there is use in implementing, and there is perhaps no use in implementing odd even. This is an important statement because it refers to the restrictions which exist as far as odd and even are concerned. Passenger cars have not been allowed on the roads unless they follow the odd and even principle, but 2-wheelers are out on the roads. 2-wheelers cannot be banned on the roads of Delhi for a short period of time. They cannot be odd even as far as 2-wheelers are concerned because 2-wheelers is what this city is based on. Why? Partly because there are simply not enough buses. There are several thousand buses short in the national capital. No real incentive to use public transportation either. Now, the Delhi government has had a meeting. The Chief Secretary has taken an emergency meeting today, and they've announced a whole lot of steps. All 13 hotspots in the national capital region will be monitored by the Deputy Commissioners of Municipal Corporations. Complaints which have been uplinked on the Sameer app of the government will be looked into. 28 corridors and intersections where there are major traffic jams which take place, they will be looked at to ensure that there is a smoother flow of traffic. And there are points and points and points, but I think what needs to be asked is this. Are these new? Has the Delhi government not made promises before? Have other state governments in Punjab not made promises before? Has the centre done enough? And in all of those questions, there is absolutely no doubt that there has been a systemic failure within the system. Stubble burning continues. The incentives to farmers in the Punjab not good enough. The infrastructure which is required to remove agricultural stubble doesn't really exist in the manner that it should. And when, with impunity, farmers decide to go ahead and not follow the orders of the Supreme Court, is there anybody who actually stops them? The answer to that is no. So therefore, the Supreme Court, as far as stubble burning in farms in Punjab, wanted to know, what are you in the government doing to try and prevent this? What are you doing to extinguish fires right now? And I think the really key point which was mentioned by the Supreme Court is that there will be accountability from the level of the state government to the level of the Gram Panchayat. But quite clearly what we've seen thus far in terms of fines and FIRs on the ground haven't dissuaded farmers at all. And the smog which exists across a large part of North India is truly, truly horrific. Why are we actually talking about this? Because take a look at this particular number. This is the air quality index right now in the Delhi region. I use the Suffer India Air Quality app. It's by the Ministry of Earth Sciences. So this is government, and the government is telling you that the AQI right now is 467. This is horrific, because if you keep looking, it says 0 to 50. 0 to 50 is actually okay air, 50 to 100 satisfactory, moderate, poor, and it's severe. That's the area that we are in. Earlier in the day, it had gone well past 500 as well. So in a situation like this, it really is a crisis as far as air pollution in the national capital is concerned.